Hello everyone, hello. I'm very sorry that you had to wait a bit, but anyway, we wanted to deliver the best webinar for you, so this is the reason. So hello, I'm Eva Tatarova, the Chief Manager of ASAR Teaching and Learning and your host for today. I do hope that you know me perfectly. So for those who don't know about our company, I'd like you to know that for nearly 12 years, ASAR Teaching... Yeah, so for 12 years, as our teaching and learning has been delivering our high quality education programs for ESL, EFL teachers across the globe. And our programs connect a network of partners with world-known ELT leaders, and together they bring all the aspects of teaching for more than 600 trainees each year. So I'm super excited to tell you about the International IELTS Instructor course, guys. Yeah, this is the course for those who would like to boost their teaching career and to dig deeper into the IELTS tips, tricks, and techniques to prepare your IELTS candidates successfully. So the course has been designed by our top trainer, the founder of ASAR Teaching and Learning, Mr. Samad Samadov. And ta-da-da-dam, here I have to say all the titles, because this person he's not only the founder of ASAR Teaching and Learning International Teacher Training Company, but also he's the head of the official Cambridge Preparation Center. Actually, he is international TESOL trainer certified by TESOL Asia, international IELTS instructor certified by Queen TESOL Canada, international teacher trainer certified by International House Barcelona, it's very important, guys, ex-IELTS speaking examiner in Georgia, Estonia, and Turkey. And also he is international conferences presenter for International TESOL TEFL conference in Baku, then in Ukraine, and also for IELTS conference in Ukraine in 2019. So actually, if you are interested in this course, you can find the link in the description box below the video, so you can check that out. The course is about effective preparation of IELTS candidates. It is designed for IELTS instructors, teachers, teacher trainers, and actually for those who would like to boost their teaching career and to add some kind of changes into our teaching lives. You will have plenty of lessons and 25 hours of real-time practice. Yeah, it will be held on Zoom. So this course is really hands-on. And the feedback on our previous IELTS instructor courses is excellent, and we are proud to offer it again. So you will, and now you will have some kind of interactivity. So what you will get, actually, you will get the idea about the main priorities for the IELTS instructors. Of course, you will get general information and common tips that you can find everywhere at other courses. And you will get lists of activities to improve each skill, secret ways to tackle the most difficult parts of the IELTS exam. You will get to know and you will learn how to design your own IELTS lesson plans that work. And I think that it's really important because we have different IELTS candidates and we should take into consideration all their needs and their wishes, let's say, as well as to differentiate all the activities. You will get tons of ready-made materials for you to use with your IELTS candidates. So there is no any need to buy all those books, actually. And what is really important, you will get postgraduate support and counseling. So for those who start teaching IELTS, you will get lots of support from our tutor. And here's something that you never find in other courses. So the first thing is how to deal with the pace and pronunciation and prepare your candidates for the listening part within 1 week. You will get essential vocabulary tasks and activities to memorize academic words for the IELTS reading tests. And here is the question. I do hope that you can answer this question in the chat box. So how many words are there in the academic word list? How many words? Or maybe you know how many word families it has. So if you know, please write it in the chat box while I'm waiting for your answers. I'd like to say hello to Philippines, hello to Batumi, Georgia, hello to Ukraine, hello Anastasia, Yanchishina, hello to Azerbaijan. So many countries are here. Super. So guys, how many words are there in the academic word list? And you will get the word list as well as technique how to memorize those words. Yeah, I still can't see any answer. Just any ideas are okay. Actually, if you wish to get the answer, please type your ideas. So how many? Yeah, let me see. I still can't see any idea. Colombia. Hello, Colombia. Yes, Yupon. And let me continue. As soon as I see your ideas, I will let you know the answer. Otherwise, you won't get it. The next idea, you will get to know how to improve reading speed in 5 sessions. And another question, how much time does each candidate have per passage? How much time? And how many words are there in one reading passage? Do you know? So it's really good to know these things. Also, we'll get 3 highly effective approaches to read academic texts. And I should tell you that our graduates can deal with the academic text within 10 minutes, just only 10 minutes, and you can cover all those 1,000 words of one academic reading passage. Okay, question types. How many question types are there in the IELTS exam? Do you know? Also, please write the answer, type the answer in the chat box. And you will get the techniques how to tackle all the questions for IELTS. Yeah. And also you will get Band 8 vocabulary to describe all the IELTS graphs, as well as models and samples, and how to expand candidates' vocabulary easily. So you will get activities that you can use during your IELTS lessons. Yeah, guys, you don't know, really, you don't know how many words are there in the academic word list. Yeah, I can tell you then more than 3,000, and then you can just try to guess it. What is more, hello, Noreen. What is more, you will get different types of essays and all the structures. You will get to know how to generate ideas for any type of essay on spot or on scratch, as you wish. You will get secret strategy to deal with speaking part 1 questions and sample answers to analyze. And you know why? Because our instructor is the ex-examiner, speaking examiner. You will get list of topics for speaking part 2, 5-minute strategies. You will learn and get how to get the highest score, and real-time training on speaking part 3, all types of questions and the most successful ways to answer them. And you will be having group tasks and one-to-one interviews. So you are more than welcome to join the course. You see, it's really a precious course, and I do hope to see you there. What is more, this course is really international. And this is not the end. The best is yet to come. So on the 21st of December, we're going to have a workshop with Svetlana Beckerman from France. This workshop will be delivered on Zoom. So the topic is the power of Montessori in the ESL, EFL classroom. So if you are a teacher who teaches English to young learners, please come and join, and actually to very young learners as well. Why to join? Because Svetlana has 15 years of teaching English to young learners experience. She has been trained in the Montessori methodology at the North American Montessori Center in Canada, in France, and she is ready to share all those special techniques that can boost your teaching and your students' results for young learners, I mean. And ta-da-da-dam, on the 20th of December, we'll be having a workshop with our top trainer, Mr. Paul Harvey, our Delta Delta tutor. And also, please come and join. You can find all the information in that. If you click the link below this video, you can find the information about the course and about the webinars. And what I'd like to announce today is that we're gonna have New Year Zoom party. Please come and join. because we do believe in networking. So we do hope that we'll be able to gather teachers from across the globe, and we'll be able to network, to meet our colleagues from different parts of the world, to share our energy of like-minded teachers. We'll be having lots of fun, and we'll provide you with different gift certificates. Please stay tuned and join us on Facebook or Instagram. Here you can see our Instagram at sr.teaching. And before that, I'd like to invite our founder of SR Teaching and Learning, Mr. Samad Samadov. Yeah, he is. Hello, Samad. Hello, Azerbaijan. Hello, how are you there?
Hello, everybody. I'm okay. We're okay. And basically, I wouldn't like just to take your time, and I would like just to welcome all of you and to say really a huge thanks to everyone who is with us. And so I'm sure that today's webinar is going to be really very useful for everyone, because the topic of the webinar and the presenter is very much professional in doing it. So welcome everyone, and all the best.
Yeah, let me join our presenter. Hello, Patricia.
Hello, how are you? Pleased to meet you.
Thanks for being with us.
Welcome.
Yes, guys, let me introduce our presenter. I'm really happy that Miss Patricia decided to join us and to share her precious knowledge in drama, on the magic of drama and learning. So here you can read the information about Patricia, and I'm pretty sure that it will take me not less than 10 minutes just to read all that stuff, because you have so many titles and you should be proud of yourself. And I'm really proud of those teachers and teacher trainers who are so devoted to our professional development. So here we go. And yeah,
Good
Patricia,
luck and all the best.
Can you share your presentation?
Yes.
Yeah, everything that you should do, just open your presentation. Hello?
Yes, I'm listening to you, but it says stop sharing.
No, you just should open your PowerPoint.
I go to my file.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, I can see it. Can you put it in a presentation mode, and I will add it to the screen? Like full screen presentation.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no worries. Hello, everyone. Hello, Adele. Hello, Daniela. No, I can see it now. Can you open it again?
Because it says stop sharing. So let's do it again. No,
just only your PowerPoint.
Yes, but I know, but it doesn't appear, and it says stop sharing, but I can't see it. There is a sign below that I can't share it. I cannot see my presentation to start. I'm so sorry for this mistake, but I don't know what is happening.
Open it again, please.
Again? But I need to have I need to click on share screen, and I can't find it.
You can click escape.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, have you found it?
There it is.
Yeah, and now let's put it in the presentation mode, like full screen. No, you closed it.
No.
You just closed.
Well,
do it as we had it.
Let me share it again. I am so sorry, but I don't know what is happening. Probably it is my mistake, no doubt. But
no, it's okay. Hello from Algeria.
It says here, stop screen. Stop screen.
Open it as you did it just several minutes ago, the same way.
But I need the sign. I need to be allowed to share it.
Hello,
there is no sign.
No, open just PowerPoint. And now please share the screen, because you stopped sharing.
Yes.
Greetings from Sudan. Hello, guys. Hello, Maud. I saw your comment about ELT marketing. Yeah, why not? Yeah, the subject is drama, and we're going to deliver it. Hello, Narmeen. Hello. Hello to
No.
India, Colombia, yeah, Ukraine. Yeah, you've just done it. Everything is okay. Do it again. No worries. As usual, when we are so excited,
Yes, that's the
the
problem.
technical stuff
I get nervous because I
goes
cannot
out of
start, you know. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll try again. Share.
No.
Here it
Share.
is. Good. There it is.
Yeah,
Can you see
that's
it?
it. Yeah, I
All
can
right.
see it. And can you make it in a presentation mode, like the full screen presentation?
Yes.
Hey guys, please. I do hope that
Yes.
everything is okay now.
Like this.
Yeah, super. So I'm giving you a flow and I'm gonna disappear from the screen, but I'm with you. Anytime you need me, I'm here. Okay?
Okay.
So
Can I
here we
start?
go. Yeah,
All right.
yes, please.
Okay.
Hello.
Well,
Yeah,
at last.
that's it. Good
Sorry
luck.
for the technical mistakes, but
Good
at
luck.
last we are together. Well, hello everybody. Hello teachers around the world. I'm very pleased to be here today with you all. And well, the topic today is the magic of drama in learning. But before starting, let me tell you something about the present situation we are undergoing. We are in a process of transformation in education, and all of us are working very hard in order to transform education, to revamp the system of education. And the pandemic situation has greatly strengthened this movement. So the idea today is that we need to improve the quality of education. And well, and we hope that when we restart school again, everything will be different. As we can see in this present situation, technology has taken the lead. Of course, it is very important and it is very valuable. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to be together today. But the thing is that when we speak about technology in education, it is not everything. We need to take into consideration that it is just a tool, another tool like drama is, and it is part of the set of resources teachers use for their daily classes. The thing is that sometimes teachers consider that they are innovating when they are just using technology. And this is not true. We need to have a variety of resources. Sometimes technology is not implemented correctly, so the students cannot enjoy really the benefits of technology. So this means that before starting using any technological device, it should be adapted to the needs of the students. Well, today we have new trends in education, and active methodologies are being implemented in which active participation of the students is present. So what we need to do is to leave behind the traditional way of teaching in which students are passive receivers of information. And with this new type of methodologies, drama feels identified. Why? Because it promotes active participation. The idea is, the idea of this webinar is to invite you to become part of this magic world of drama and to know about its benefits. When I started using drama, I never thought the impact it would have on my personal and professional life. And I never imagined the bond I would create with it. Today, I cannot imagine my classes without its inspiration. And I hope that when I finish talking about this magic world of drama, you will give it a try and probably you will become inseparable friends. This is the idea. Okay, but what is the question here? What is drama? Well, drama is movement. Drama is action. Drama is something that for sometimes it is difficult to define. But today we're going to see how easy it is to become friends with drama. There is a Chinese proverb that says, I hear and I forget, I see and I remember, I do and I understand. This means that drama is really identified with this proverb because it is simply learning by doing. Drama is hands-on experience. This means that rather than sitting and listening to the teacher, students take a personal journey through experiential learning. Today, we all know, and in this field, neuroscience has given us lots of information about how students learn. And today, we know that experience is crucial in the process of learning. They cannot remain seated and listen to the teacher and internalize information in a passive way. So this is not the type of learning that we need in the 21st century. We need movement, we need action. The idea is that before this use of drama is not something new, first of all. I'm not offering you something that is really a modern choice. No, not at all. It has always been present. The thing is that it is when it is treated as part of communication, it is extracurricular. It is not part of the process of learning in the different subjects. And I always insist that it should be present because in every subject, because it gives students the possibility of experiment with what they are learning. It's the only way of really experiencing what they are learning. Now, before starting with the benefits of drama, it is important to highlight the fact that nowadays drama has been recognized as a very powerful tool for developing emotional intelligence and soft skills. And today, more than ever before, they should be present in our online classes, and they should have to be strengthened when we go back to school. But in many countries, schools have already started their classes. And of course, before any content, I think that emotions were the first topic to be covered before any activity in the classroom. Well, as regards benefits, I want to, first of all, I need to show you the type of learning the drama offers. And I was trying to get a definition which can include everything in order to reveal what it is about when we speak about drama in learning. This is the one. Drama is multisensory, visual, auditory, kinesthetic, tactile, multi-intelligent, emotionally, and cognitive linked learning. Wow, what a definition. This means that drama is brain-friendly. It offers brain-friendly learning. And in order to understand this type of learning, we need the help of neuroscience. Neuroscience has given us a lot of information. And for example, we have learned that students do not learn by repeating and having mechanical drills. They learn when they get involved. They learn when they do. So in this case, this type of brain-friendly learning requires certain characteristics that we should take into account. But this brain-friendly characteristic of drama allows us to consider at the same time the 5 C's or 5 competencies that it develops. Why? Because it is a dynamic driver of 21st century education. So today, I think that drama is the tool to be included in order to develop these skills that are so necessary. These are the 5 basic strategies. Of course, there are more. But if we start working with these 5, we are giving the students what they really need now and in the future. And they are cooperation. We all know that we need to work in teams. We cannot work individually. The traditional method focuses on individual learning. So we know that this is not possible any longer. Then we are responsible for developing in our students critical and creative thinking. And then control of emotions. This should be part of our classes. Students need to learn how to control their own emotions in order to be able to control others. And finally, communication. We know that we are communicating all the time. This means that speaking and listening are present in our daily lives. So communication skills are crucial. It is said that 90% of all we do in our daily lives is devoted to communication. So you see how important this is. Okay, so taking into consideration that drama is brain friendly, let's see what we need to take into account when we use this type of learning. First of all, we know that each brain is unique and uniquely organized. This means that although the same basic patterns and structures are the same, we are different. And we always say in our classrooms that each student is unique. Why? Because it has personal characteristics which define the group to which he belongs to. For this reason, we cannot prepare activities or a test for first year A and first year B, because normally we say, how strange, my students from first year A were very successful, but those in first year B committed many mistakes. Are the students the ones to be blamed? I don't think so. I think that we need to reflect on our own practices, because probably we did not take into account the type of learners we are having in each group. And this is very important because we are accustomed to using the same type of activities, and this is based on the traditional model, because for the traditional model, all students are alike, and we know that this is not true. All brains are not equal because context influences learning. Well, everybody knows that a positive or negative environment may affect the process of learning. And remember that each child is born with his own potential, and it is our responsibility to unleash that potential. And we as teachers should use it in our classes. The brain is changed by experience. So this means that experience shapes the brain. This means that it is impossible for the brain to avoid change and to avoid learning. It is in a constant process of change. This is related to the plasticity of the brain. The brain is very flexible. So we are having new connections every time we learn something new, when we are expanding our knowledge. So it is this brain plasticity refers to the ability to modify the connections and rewire itself. This means that it can change permanently. And something very important is that the brain always connects new information to old. So this has to do with prior knowledge. We cannot internalize new information if the brain cannot relate it to something already known. Once it can establish a connection, the new information is taught. It works like this. So neuroscience has taught us how to use the brain in order to the potential of the brain in order to optimize the process of learning. And with drama, we do that. Isn't it amazing? Well, Another benefit it is that drama is a holistic approach. This means that it takes into consideration body, mind, and emotions. It has a whole person approach. And in this way, it connects thinking, doing, and feeling. And it brings together, in this way, mind, body, and emotions. So we do not learn with our heads. We learn with our whole bodies. And this is very important. Students should feel what they are learning. They should feel it with their emotions, with their bodies, and they will perceive how they are learning new information. Remaining seated, listening to the teacher is not successful. Then it fosters the development of multiple intelligences. We know that Howard Gardner has broadened the concept of intelligence. He says that there are different types of intelligences, and each of them describes a particular way of processing information. And we have 8. He says that there are 8 intelligences, and each human being has got 8, the same number. What is different is the combination, because in each person, some are more prominent than others. So it is our responsibility to discover this potential the students bring to class in order to use it in the process of learning. Well, it encourages the development of emotional intelligence. Aristotle once said, educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. And it is true. It is our responsibility to create a pleasant atmosphere in the classroom. Remember that students do not learn when we want to teach them. They learn when they are emotionally prepared, intrinsically motivated. And I cannot start a class saying, okay, good morning, sit down and open your books. Oh my God, they are blocked immediately. That's not the way of starting a class. And normally, we usually do. I have done that before I started using drama. I think that it is important to prepare them emotionally. If we get prepared for an important social event in our lives, why not preparing our students for this important event? Learning. We are learning all the time in our lives. And students are curious by nature. Children in general, human beings are curious by nature. So why not preparing this crucial moment in the classroom? Then it promotes the use of multisensory learning. Well, we know that in this case, all the senses are alert, and students learn better when they are using all their senses. Some are more prominent than others, and this is directly connected with the brain, right? Normally, we have different types of students. They may learn more easily if they use the visual sense or the auditory sense. There are some others who are tactile students because they prefer to touch and learn by doing. Or there are other types of students who are kinesthetic. They prefer moving. Okay, we should let them feel the type of sense they have most developed in order to use it in the process of learning. So they will feel more comfortable. And what are the benefits of using multisensory learning? The students are more engaged because they enjoy what they are doing, because they have direct contact with what they are doing. Besides, there is better retention and faster recall. And they also discover the type of learner they are. So they start using those senses which are predominant in the process of learning, and they will be useful now and in the future. Well, drama is inclusive learning. This means that it values diversity in the classroom, and it recognizes the different needs of every student. And something very interesting about drama is that it is a great equalizer, like all the arts. Why? Because regardless of ability or disability, it is accessible to all types of students. So our mission then is to discover what type of ability is more prominent, because today, for example, in my country, we have diversities, students with special needs, and our task is to discover the type of abilities they have in order to use it and the process of learning. Well, metacognition. Metacognition, a simple definition, is thinking about your own thinking. Metacognition is not present practically in our classes, and it is something that drama promotes because it is very important. When students learn strategies related to metacognition, they are able to assess their own learning. They can reflect on their own process of learning. They can detect their weaknesses and strengths, and they can work together on the problems they are having in their process of learning, and in this way improve what they are learning. They get together and they share the problem we are having, because normally mistakes are common in the classroom, because for example, when we give them a test or when we do a particular activity, we can detect that certain problems are common to students. What we need to do is to collect all these common mistakes and treat them together, and if necessary, devote a class to analyzing them, because it is the best way of learning together. And when we are working in this way, the students share experiences, share information, share styles of learning, and in this way, no doubt that they will improve their process of learning. Well, cooperative work.
Patricia, I'm so sorry for interrupting you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Because you're moving and your microphone is moving as well. So, and we have some kind of additional noise, and the information is so interesting. So we don't want to miss any single moment of it.
So I take them off because I'm not listening to you.
Can I ask you just not to move, not to
impossible.
make
oh my God, no, you are
not to make any gestures, like to become because we have some kind of additional noise.
What I can do is to remove my microphone, because I don't need it.
Now everything is okay. If you are sitting like that and just talking.
No, you can see me.
Yeah, I can see perfectly.
Oh, I know, but I cannot remain like that. No, it's boring for me. So, a question: if I remove my headphones, do you think that will improve the sound?
No.
Because no.
Yeah, that's okay. Let and unmute yourself, please. Now, just like on Zoom. Unmute. Yeah, you can see that your mic is crossed. Please press that crossed mic. You can't do it. So please put your headphones in. We can't hear you because your mic is muted now. We can't hear you, Patricia. Can you plug in your headphones? And please press that crossed microphone. Yeah. Yeah, Patricia, I removed your screen. Stay calm, and I go back to the StreamYard platform. Yes, and there you can see the crossed mic. Can you see it? No, we can't hear you. I'm so sorry. You shouldn't. Okay. Okay, just you can stop sharing your screen, unmute yourself, and then do it again. And I can see that we have a question. How can we use drama effectively for learning in these days? Is it possible to use drama effectively through Zoom? Yeah, I will be discussing these questions exactly after the webinar. But yeah, can you stop sharing your screen now? Do it, please. And go to the main window. Go to the window when you can see me, actually. Yep, press escape. Yeah, I can hear you, super. And that's it. Now, please open your presentation.
Now, but now it is mute.
Now everything is okay.
So I leave it mute. But you are listening to me all the same. Yes?
Yeah, everything is okay. Open your presentation again.
All right.
As it was before. No worries. You shouldn't share anything. I have your screen. You just open your presentation.
But I can't. Yes, I know. Well, shall I do it again? Stop screen. Are we online?
No.
Everybody's listening to us?
Yeah, we are online.
Oh, I'm sorry. What a pity.
People
well,
are
anyway,
waiting. Yeah,
you will have
open your presentation. Yeah, you have your presentation. Open it. Yeah, share your screen again. Okay, that's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, guys, you will get all the information about the certificates tomorrow. Yeah, I can see your screens. I'm adding it, and you continue. Okay.
Okay. Can I move?
That's great. Yeah.
Okay.
Super.
Thank you. I'm sorry for all this mess. Okay. Well, I was saying that cooperative drama is cooperative work. This means that it teaches students to work cooperatively. We know that learning is a social act. This means that we learn better when we are together. According to certain studies, there are two steps that should be followed when we use cooperative work. First of all, there is an interpersonal stage in which students get together and they create a sort of framework in order to support one another. During this period, they share experiences, information, and they feel confident because they rely on one another. Gradually, they become more confident in order to work more independently, and they reach the second stage, which is called intrapersonal. This means that they are in the process of becoming autonomous, independent. This means that they are able to solve problems or make a decision by themselves without the help of others. And here the term noise is very important because I always say that there are two types of noises, the good and the bad one. The bad noise is the one that everybody knows when students are demotivated, and this means that they are not enjoying the class they are having, probably because the activities the teacher has brought do not appeal to them. But there is another type of noise which is good and productive when the students are working together cooperatively, and this buzzing noise that is created means that they are working on a particular activity and they are thinking very hard on this activity, and each student is contributing something to what they are doing. So this is the type of noise that is valuable. Sometimes teachers prefer not to use this type of activity because they feel that the class may become chaotic. There is a lot of misbehavior. But I think that if the students are engaged and if you propose activities which really interest them, they will work smoothly, and they will enjoy what they are doing, and the noise will be productive and good. Well, another benefit is creativity. When we think of creativity, well, drama and creativity form a binomial, and they are inseparable. And what is interesting when we use drama is that creativity is not an occasion. It is a habit, because we use it in every single class. And besides, we are encouraging our students to be creative every single class. Something creative should be present. And when this become part of their behavior, especially young children, they bring new things every single class to show that to their teachers. And this is really fantastic for us. Well, it is a flexible technique because it fits to any school subject. It can be used in chemistry, for example. It can be used in math, in history, in every subject. That's why I always tell my colleagues who teach different subjects, not English, of course, that they should give it a try. Because when you start using drama in chemistry, because in chemistry, do you think it is possible? Yes, it is possible. And when I give them examples about the activities that can be used, because chemistry is difficult, or physics is difficult sometimes for the students, because it's something that is not tangible. When they really come in contact with what they are learning, so click, learning takes place. Well, it is also meaningful. Why meaningful? Because it brings reality into the classroom. It deals with authentic material, and it connects contact with real life situations. So in this way, the students have the opportunity to see if what they are learning may have an important effect in their lives. If the content they have learned works in real life. So this connection with reality is crucial. Sometimes the students remain in the theoretical world, and they cannot grasp the information very clearly. And a test is coming. So what do? They study that by heart. And something that is studied by heart, and in this way, it flies away from our minds immediately. For this reason, it is very important to teach them meaningfully, so that the learning becomes significant and permanent. And of course, drama is closely connected with communication skills. We are speaking and listening all the time in the different activities that we propose to our students. When we use these communication strategies, the students get pronunciation ability. They recognize the prosodic features present in speaking. Prosodic features are related to rhythm, intonation, and tone of voice, which are usually ignored. And this is part of our daily speech. And the students also get a good command of nonverbal language. And they also learn how to use it. Because nonverbal language, that is body language, is part of our lives. Normally, when we are having a conversation, we cannot remain our hands at the size of our bodies. We cannot remain our heads without movement. We need to express what we are saying. And this is very important, because I can change the meaning of what I'm saying just by varying my tone of voice or my body language. I'm going to give you an example. Suppose that you tell me, do you want to go? And I say, you want me to go? So immediately you detect that I'm happy, and I'm really surprised, because I'm so happy that you want me to go with you. How nice. The same question now, do you want to come? And the answer is, do you want me to come? So I am surprised, but in a different way. I didn't expect you to ask me to go with you. And you see that the sequence is the same. The words have the same lexical meaning, but I'm changing the sense of what I'm saying because of paralinguistic information and nonverbal language. And the same question, are you coming? Do you want me to go with you? Well, you're really afraid. I don't know your intentions. So I could go on giving you further examples. So this is very important, and students need to know how to use them effectively in order to communicate successfully. And today, more than ever, that English is used as a lingua franca, we depend on this paralinguistic and nonverbal information, because today we need to become effective speakers with people whose mother tongue is not English. So, of course, that mistakes will appear because we are not native speakers. So we need to rely on this paralinguistic information in order to keep the conversation going. Okay. Now, what are the roles of the teacher? The teacher who uses drama techniques takes a background role. Remember that we use drama as a consolidator. This means that it works with material already known. It is not used for introducing new material. So that for this reason, the teacher can take a background role. She's not in the center of the class any longer. She starts moving around the class as a monitor, observing what the students are doing. And in this case, she's checking their process of learning. They are checking how they are working. Normally, the process of learning is not given this importance because we concentrate on content. Normally, in the type of classes we are giving at the moment, we concentrate on grammar. The process is crucial because we can give the students tools in order to improve it. Sometimes students feel frustrated because they feel that they are not improving, that they cannot learn properly. So it is very important that we guide them and at the same time give them metacognitive strategies in order to be able to assess their own learning. I think that if they use these strategies and we help them following their process and giving them feedback, well, they will be successful, no doubt. Well, drama makes the teacher who uses drama makes language learning more accessible to learners. Why? Because she teaches them how to work cooperatively. And when they know how to work cooperatively, they discover the importance of working together. How confident they feel when they are working together and sharing experiences. So, when they learn to work cooperatively, they are at the same time learning to work individually. But it is a process. Remember that there is a big difference between cooperative work and group work. In the cooperative work, we need to follow certain procedure in order to be successful. Group work is completely different. There is no set of rules for that. She enlivens the class with creative ideas. Of course, creativity is always floating in the air. That's why we have this magic that is so good to our bodies and to our minds. Why? Because creativity is always encouraged. She helps the students to unleash their imagination. And remember that when students are motivated, this means that they are paying attention. Attention should not be asked. It should be gained. That's why sit down and pay attention will never work. Will never work. For this reason, when students are engaged, creativity appears naturally because we have been encouraging them using creative ideas all the time. And remember that children are creative by nature. If we see our children at home, how they play, so pay attention to your children, young children, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, when they work alone. They create dialogues. They do not need expensive toys. They can use a box, they can use just a stick, and they create a story with that. So that creativity that is born with the children should be encouraged in class, because again, it will be used now and in the future. They will be creative for life. Triggers learners' curiosity. Well, motivation unlocks the door to curiosity. A curious student is a successful learner. Why? Because when they are curious, they want to learn, they want to investigate, they want to explore. This means that they do not want to remain seated and listen to their teacher, what she's saying. No, they need movement, they need action. And drama provides all this to them. So there is no doubt that they love drama because they make them active. Gives learners voice and choice. And this is very important because we need to listen to our students. Sometimes we are pressed for time and we forget to listen to our students. And I always say that we need to listen to our students with our ears, but also with our eyes. Why? Because sometimes they communicate meanings without saying a word. When we are good listeners, we become good communicators and we are empathetic. And when we are empathetic, they feel more confident and they want to participate. They are not afraid of participating because they know that the teacher is always by their side. Encourages students to face and respond to challenges. Well, our invitation is to step outside the comfort zone. This means that we want students who are proactive. A proactive student is a kind of person. This means that he likes to make questions, he likes to take risks, and he is responsive, he likes searching for information. And when he's fond of getting new information, serendipity takes place. And it happens to us. Serendipity is a discovery that occurs just by chance. For example, when we are searching the net for a specific piece of information, when we get it, suppose that we want to know how to enhance our classrooms with drama. Well, we find the information, we click there, and we discover that together with this article, there are related links. And we click on one of them and we discover that the information that is there is as important as the one we have just clicked. So it becomes part of our research. So this is serendipity. And serendipity is something that occurs normally in our lives. We discover things just by chance. Okay, enhances failure and emphasizes practice. So this means that the classroom becomes a laboratory where the students experiment with language and they feel at ease because there is a lot of trial and error. Sometimes students are not do not want to participate because they are afraid of being laughed at by their peers or because the teacher is correcting them permanently. So something that we need to take control of is the type of correction we do in class. Normally, we try to correct a mistake, normally a grammar mistake, immediately after it has been committed. And this is a big mistake because it interrupts the flow of thought of the student. Suppose that I tell one of the students, okay, tell me what you did yesterday. Well, yesterday I went on a picnic and I meet my friends. Now, met, we say. So immediately we say met. So the past tense of meet is met. So say meet, met. Oh my God. So the flow of thought is interrupted. What we can do is to become part of the conversation. So it is something that we need to get accustomed to doing gradually, because sometimes we can't stop it. So we become part of the conversation, and we can say, oh, you went on a picnic, how great. And you met your friends. Who else did you meet? So probably he may go on saying, meet again, or probably he got met. But in this way, we are showing the correct form in a different way. The same happens when we correct mistakes, written mistakes in an assignment or in a test. The solution should not be given, because they never pay attention to the right version you have given. They pay attention to the mark, because this is something that they have learned from the traditional method. And this is something that should be eradicated. So learning is more important than a mark. The idea is that they need to discover their own mistakes. How? Well, working together, working cooperatively, devoting a whole class to a test you have given in order to consider all the mistakes that have been committed in that test. And there is no doubt that it is not a waste of time. You are investing your time because your students are really learning through the mistakes they have committed. Allow second chances and third. So she takes into consideration the styles of learning. Sometimes we are pressed for time and we need to finish a content or a unit because the end of the month is coming, and we have some pressure from the principal. Well, I think that we need to rethink this, because we never, sometimes we go on without checking if all the students have understood. And this is our responsibility. I think that it is very important to get together and reflect on our practices in order to improve not only what we do in class, but in what way we can improve our students' learning. Usually the students are afraid of asking because the teacher has explained something twice or 3 times, but we are for giving them what they really need, of course, provided that they are good learners and they are paying attention, of course. But normally those students who are very interested in learning and need further explanation, I think that they should be given the necessary time, and we shouldn't go on with a new unit or with a new content if not all the students have understood. This is very difficult, especially when we have crowded classes. So what we need to do when we are part of an institution, when we have this type of classes, is to work together and to find a solution to this, because students feel frustrated, they get disappointed, and they may start hating school. And the idea is not hating school. On the contrary, they need to love what they do there, because they become active participants. They learn by exploring, investigating, and they know that they can learn in a different way, and they can ask different questions while they are in the process of learning. That would be, and it is not an ideal way. I think that is the way that everybody should follow. If you ask me to give you some characteristics of a teacher who uses drama, there are many. But I would say that she's a mold breaker, because she's boldly original, because she steps outside the comfort zone. So she likes challenges, she takes risks, and she knows that if one strategy fails, she will try to find another. That's why working together is very important. Colleagues working together is very important. She's approachable. Why? Because she's easily to talk to. And when she's friendly, students who are afraid may start participating because they feel that the teacher supports them. And she's flexible, of course, because she adapts to all the needs of the student, and the students feel that it is a pleasure to work with a teacher who really understands them. Well, and here I have a question for you. What is the most important resource you have in your classroom? It is something collective, and it is the imagination, the hopes, the dreams, the interests of our students. That's why each class is unique, because we have different dreams, different imaginations, different hopes in each group, and we need to work with that. For this reason, when we empower our students, we are helping them to be better learners and better people. And for this reason, it is crucial to listen to them, to observe them, and to value them. That's why feedback is so important. Well, what are the roles of the students? Well, when students are engaged in a drama activity, they discover their creative selves. This means that they discover their potential. They discover those senses which are predominant. And in this way, they unleash their imagination, because the teacher is constantly encouraging them to use new ideas, original ideas. Remember that creativity is a skill that is very useful for successful learning. And this creativity that we are encouraging every single class in our students will last for the rest of their lives. For this reason, it is very important. Sharpens their senses. Well, as I said before, they know that they are different, and they can recognize the diversity in the classroom. And this is great. They really recognize that each peer is different, and that they can learn from each peer precisely because they are different. Isn't it great? Okay. Respond to challenges because they are proactive. And in this way, they become lifelong learners because they are fond of learning. And remember, there is something very important. When we have inquisitive students, they like questions. They do not like answers. So usually the type of tests that we give them are focused on answers. So if we want to know if they have really learned a content we have taught them, well, start by using questions, but they are the ones that should ask them. Why? Because in this way, we will realize if they have learned. For example, if I teach them Columbus discovered America in 1492, and then we ask in a test who discovered America, it's nonsensical. That is not an indication that they are learning. It's just a date. It's just a piece of information that does not help to improve their learning. So the way of evaluation, well, the topic of evaluation is very important and it should be changed. It's not just a mark. It's just to see how the students can use what they learn. Okay. They experiment with language. When I have said that the classroom becomes a laboratory, they feel very confident because they can commit mistakes. There is no problem if they commit mistakes. And the thing is that when they start having a conversation, for example, and they are experimenting with language, they can correct themselves. And we become a monitor. Of course, we are the last resource. But it is so amazing to listen to them, how they try to create that particular utterance in order to communicate what they want. So they start discussing together. And this is great because they are creating, they are thinking, they are using, they are developing and practicing their thinking skills. Okay. Of course, when they are doing this, they work cooperatively because they know how to do it. It is a process. Students are used to working individually. So when they start discovering how interesting this is, of course, that they will prefer this type of activities. And drama provides them with this variety of exercises. Well, disclose their strengths and weaknesses. As they use metacognitive strategies, they are able to discover their own problems in the process of learning, and they work on them, always together. They need to share their problems. Sometimes in our daily lives, when we have a problem, we share it with somebody else in order to give us some advice. Well, the same happens in the process of learning. Learning is part of our students' daily lives, of our lives too, because we are learning all the time. And students should remember that teachers are also learners. Well, what are the 3 characteristics I would mention for this type of student who become fond of drama? They are intrinsically motivated. Whenever we invite them to do a drama activity, they engage immediately. They become risk takers because they want to get more information. They want to think critically and laterally. And of course, in this way, they become independent. The question now is, why drama activities in learning English? Well, a drama activity is an entertaining game. It is a form of play. And remember that play is very important in human beings. When we are young, for example, children who are between 1 and 4 years old start discovering the world around them through play. And they use the question in order to get more information. When they start speaking, of course, they start getting more information about this amazing world around them. But when they start school, play disappears. It is firmly present in kindergarten, but then it vanishes. And this is a big mistake because it should be present in every level. And what else happens that also disappears? The question is replaced by answers. And we know that answers do not lead to knowledge. Questions lead to knowledge. So, for this reason, play should be present at every level. And when we use drama and children together, when they are combined, we get a winning combination. Why? Because they work successfully together. When we are young, play is our most important activity. And remember that we discover the world through play. So it is a question that is difficult to find a logical answer why it disappears when students are at school. Sorry. So it is our responsibility then to keep play in education. Something that is also very important, play has a very important role in the emotional, physical, cognitive development of a child. So it cannot be absent at school. In order to be able to use drama in the classroom, it is important to know the right conditions. First of all, the physical environment. And in this case, we need to know that there are 2 different types of activities. Those in which the students need room in order to move around, so the chairs and desks are pushed aside and they do what they need with that room they have got. And there are also activities in which the students remain seated. Everybody knows that orderly rows are not productive. Why? Because we cannot have real interactions, because the students can see their neighbor's necks. So if they can see their neighbor's necks, interaction is face-to-face. So it is better if we have a different seating arrangement. For example, we may use a horseshoe, we may use a circle, or group seating. In this way, the students can have real interactions, and more importantly, they can pay attention to the nonverbal language that is present, which sometimes is much more important than the words themselves. Relationships. Well, it is very important to create good relationships because they are working together all the time. Anyway, good relationships should be present at school because the students are together for 5 or 4 hours every day. But anyway, in this type of activities that we use in drama, as they are cooperative activities, they need to develop social skills. The teacher always encourages them to have positive comments and healthy criticisms about their peers' work. In this way, they use metacognitive strategies, and at the same time, they develop thinking skills. So as you see, when we are using a drama activity, everything is working. All the benefits that I have been mentioning up to now are working together. That's why it works like magic. We create a cooperative climate. This is very important. The students need to know that they are working together, and there is an individual and a collective responsibility. Everybody is responsible for the work they are doing. And as they are familiar with this type of activity and they know it, they work smoothly. There are no issues, and this is great. There is a goal orientation. They know that they are doing an activity and there is an aim to fulfill and a given time. This is very important because it helps to increase their concentration, and they organize the activities much faster. And then, well, very important is the presence of feedback. Feedback means encouragement. We cannot deliver a class without feedback. And feedback should be present between teacher and students, teacher, because this is also important. Remember that when we become good communicators, we need to listen to our students, and peers and peers. So that there are different types of evaluation moving around. Feedback, I have said that feedback means encouragement. Students need to know how they're going. We also need to know how we're going. That's why we need to gather with other teachers, and our principal should give us feedback too, in order to know if we need some corrections in our practices, or if we can introduce something that has already been done by other colleagues in the same institution or whatever. So feedback is crucial. When we use feedback, it is a sign of moving forward. Any type of feedback is very important. Well, what are the components of a drama activity? Well, normally, of course, we have said that drama connects a content with a real-life situation. All the activities are focused on a contextualized setting. This means that the students have the opportunity to get a memorable learning because they are applying theory into practice. It is not something that is read, something that is seen, something that is told. No, it is something that is lived because they are part of it. It develops communicative competence, that is to say, the ability to understand and be understood. when students are engaged in a communicative activity, or that is to say, when they are preparing before acting out anything, it is not just the words and the rules of language they are using. They also should pay attention to appropriacy. That is to say, the words, to see if the words they are using are suitable for the context in which they want them to appear. Then cohesion and coherence should be present. And this is learned naturally. I don't think that it's necessary to give terminology, to use terminology. No, because I don't like labels. Because when we learned our mother tongue, labels are not taken. This is an adjective. This is a verb. No, we learn the language naturally. So the idea when we use drama is also to learn a foreign language naturally. So no labels. So cohesion and coherence, both of them are important in order to understand and be understood. Both of them are concerned with the way a text is organized. For example, I may say, can you help me? And I say, yes, I can. What do you need? In this case, there is cohesion and coherence. There is cohesion because there are grammatical and lexical items that connect both utterances. And it is coherent because the answer is meaningful. I understand what you mean by this. Sorry. But if I say the same question, can you help me? And I say, busy, apparently there is no connection. So it is not cohesive, but it is coherent. Why? Because I can find a meaning across the utterances. What is the meaning? There is an implicature here. Sorry, I can't. Yes? Well, so this is what we normally do when we are speaking. When we are using the language for purposes of communication, we are also using conversation devices. We are negotiating meanings. Suppose that I say busy, and you may say, what do you mean by that? You told me that you would help me. Come on. So we are negotiating here meaning. So probably if I insist, you will help me. So this is called negotiation. And we use conversation devices in order to understand and be understood. So for this reason, drama is the most complete tool which can be used in the classroom. So when we use this negotiation, as I was saying before, we may ask for further repetition, for further explanation, reformulation, paraphrasing. And this is something we naturally do in our mother tongue. Why not doing it when we're learning a foreign language? When students get used to using them, it's magic. Well, and of course, they develop communication strategies in order to understand and to be understood. Sometimes just a wink may be meaningful. And remember that today English is used as a lingua franca. So we depend on these communication strategies in order to understand what a non-native speaker is trying to say. So we need to have sharp ears and sharp eyes in order to understand what is being said. Of course, it fosters the development of creative and critical thinking. Every time we have an activity, these two are present. Why? Because creativity, as I have said before, it's not an occasion, it's a habit, it's always present. And when students develop their critical thinking, they have the opportunity to make judgments, to make decisions, to agree, to disagree. Well, all that may be present in the different activities we propose in the classroom. And in this way, they are using all the components of drama that are helping them to improve their way of using the language, their good command of the language. Well, And then the potential of our students are always present. Multiple intelligences are floating in the air. When we prepare a mini play, for example, it is like the mechanism of a clock. Every member of the play has a particular task, and every member of the play uses the potential he brings to class. For example, one who is fond of music may play an instrument. One who has a kinesthetic intelligence may dance. And in this way, we are having a collection of multiple intelligences in one activity. That's why I love it. And I hope that you will use it in your classes. Well, now the active practice. I think that the productive part of the learning process is really great, because here the students can assess if they have really learned what they have been practicing in different ways. Well, I cannot start a class without warm-ups. And this is thanks to grammar. I think that it is essential to prepare our students for the process of learning. As I said before, it is really an important event in our lives, especially at school. And a warm-up is a preparatory activity in which the students get ready for the process of learning. The brain is alert, all the senses are prepared, so it will be a pleasure to start learning. So this is the idea. Well, there are different types of warm-ups, and all of them have the ability to connect brain and mind. Breathing, it may be breast or belly breathing. So in order to send oxygen to the brain, and we feel better. When we breathe deeply, normally when we have to give a big decision, first, or we need to say something important, what do? We breathe deeply. Okay, let me think. This is for you. Okay, stretching. Well, this is a type of physical movements in order to stretch your muscles. For example, early in the morning with my secondary students, what I do is to let them stretch. So, okay, before starting, no more than 8-10 minutes. It depends on the number of students you have and the amount of time you have available. But the idea is, okay, you can do this. Stretch, your hands want to touch the ceiling, and probably doing this, they may want to yawn. And yawning is allowed in my class. Why? Because they are stretching, they are getting prepared, and yawning cannot be avoided. So normally a yawn is a synonym of boredom, but not in this case, because they enjoy yawning in class because they know that they are getting ready. Okay, especially when we are practicing the pronunciation of words or pronunciation in connected speech, or when we are simply doing a speaking and listening activity, we can have some mouth gym or vocal workout in order to prepare our muscles. A very typical activity is chewing a gum. We start with a small gum like this, and the gum starts becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. And in this way, you can feel that the muscles of your face are getting warmed up. Another one is moving your tongue inside your mouth. Remember that the tongue is the most active of all the articulators because it is present in most of them. So if you move your tongue inside your mouth, it will become more flexible and ready to produce the different articulations. Well, brain coordination. Well, students have lots of fun. at all ages. Children, adolescents, and adults enjoy them a lot. And in this case, what we do is to do different activities with our hands, our arms, or our legs. The idea is that normally it is easier for the brain to keep the same movement. For example, moving our hands in a circle. But when I start moving one hand up and down, and then I indicate to the other hand to move in a circle, that becomes more difficult. Well, so try this at home, and you will see that when you start practicing this type of brain coordination, the brain gets more plastic. There is more plasticity. And, well, children have lots of fun. And they are better prepared for the process. So brain teasers are always very, very interesting, although there is no physical activity, but we squeeze our brains in order to find an answer to a puzzle. Here I have brought some examples. I have chosen the rebus teasers, in which you have symbols or images and words which are combined to provide a word or an idea. For example, in number 1, we have a head and 25% and 25%. So you need to squeeze your brains and try to imagine what is meant by this. So the meaning, I'm going to give you the solution. It means headquarters. For example, in number 2, you have a vote boxing, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What is that? So you keep thinking, you squeeze your brains, and the solution is every vote counts. So all types of students have lots of fun, and in this way, they become familiar with different types of activities, and as they have fun, they are better prepared. And when you start using this type of activities, they ask for more. They ask for more. Okay, let's go back to brain break. Well, a brain break is an activity that is not as usual as it should be. Why? Because the teacher suddenly interrupts the class in the middle of an activity to let the students regain energy. For example, they have been working busily for 20 minutes, and we can see that they are really exhausted. So we stop the class and we tell them, okay, let's start dancing, and we play some music, or they start doing some exercises, or they move around the class, or they play with a ball. So the activity should be completely different from the one they have been doing for 40 minutes, right? Or for 30 minutes or 20 minutes. Okay, so I think that this type of brain break is very important, because sometimes we don't realize how tired our students may be. Activities. What type of activities can we have when we use drama? Well, there are 2, verbal and non-verbal. Verbal activities develop speaking and listening skills. And here I have included the most common ones, but of course there is a great variety. For example, in discussion, the students are divided into groups, they are given a topic, and every student have a chance to express their own ideas. Role play and simulation are usually labeled under the term role play, but I think that if you use drama, it is important to see the difference between them. When we do a role play, the students take on different roles. They may be a magician, a king, a queen, and they need a special setting, and normally they use props and wear costumes. In a simulation, the students are themselves. They play themselves. For example, a student is at the airport and he's about to check in, and he has a conversation with an assistant. They are themselves. For example, a student goes to a shop because he has bought a blender who doesn't work properly. So he wants to make a complaint. Okay. Well, then brainstorming. Brainstorming is a process of creative thinking. It is the best known technique available for problem solving. In this case, the students are given a topic and they give freely their own ideas, and one idea is not better than another one. All of them are welcome. And the idea is that after they give their ideas, they discuss them, and they choose the best ones in order to solve a problem or to come to a decision. In the case of improvisations, well, this is for higher levels, for students who have a better command of the language. It is unrehearsed production. In this case, the students do not have time to organize their ideas. The teacher gives them the instruction and they start speaking. For example, you are in the middle of the jungle and suddenly a lion appears. Go on. Oh, so the students start speaking. But for this, he needs a good command of the language and a good stock of vocabulary too. Well, group story. I love group story because creativity here is at its highest point. It is amazing to see how students can create a story cooperatively. They sit in a circle or in a horseshoe, and each student adds something to the story. The teacher may start saying, once upon a time. So one student goes on, then number two goes on with the story, following what the students number one has said, and they go on till the end. Once the story is finished, they, as a follow-up activity, they may write it down, and after that, they can create a script and act it out. In a mini play, well, in this case, the teacher can give, depending on the level of the students, the teacher can give them a script, or the students can create their own story, and they create a scene. They act it out. In the case of non-verbal activities, they focus on auditory and visual processing. We are not familiar with teaching nonverbal language, and I think that, as I said before, is crucial in speaking. I think that if the students recognize what they can do with their bodies, they will be able to communicate more effectively. So one of the first activities that we normally do is gesture list, in which we divide the students into group, and we tell them to make a list of all the gestures they do every day. And they will find that they get a good number of them. A wink, saying goodbye, or hello, nodding, smiling, indicating this, your index finger on your forehead, indicating I'm thinking, right? Well, there are hundreds of them. Another activity is opposite emotions. Here, it's a bit difficult because the students are supposed to give the opposite emotion. For example, when you tell them, okay, it is your birthday, and you're angry, say it. So normally we say, oh, it's my birthday tomorrow. Are you coming? So it indicates that you are happy because it is your birthday and you want to celebrate it. But I have to say that using a sad tone, it's my birthday tomorrow. oh my God, why do you feel like that? So that would be the reaction of my interlocutor, right? Okay, body talk is silent speech. No words are present. In this case, the students are divided into two groups, and one group make a scene without using words. And then the other group should guess what they have meant by using all those gestures. Once they discuss about what they have done and what they have discovered, they deliver the mini play again using verbal and non-verbal language. This is as a follow-up activity. Charades. Well, charades appeals to all ages. Everybody likes this type of activity, and it is a sort of pantomime in which no words are used. In this case, the teacher gives the students strips of paper with names of books, names of rivers, or if we want to revise vocabulary, we can use, for example, actions, names of actions. And the students should use their bodies, and the audience should interpret what type of action he's doing, or what type of book he's referring to. In the case of a movement story, this is especially for children. The teacher tells them a fairy tale, and in order to check comprehension, the students produce body movements interpreting what the teacher is saying. For example, once upon a time, there was an elephant, so they make this gesture, the trunk, which was bathing in the middle of the jungle. So, indicating that he's having a shower. And then, suddenly, a tiger appears, indicating the claws. So in this way, the students become part of the story, and they are paying attention to what the teacher is saying. And understanding is more successful because they are following what the teacher is saying, and their span of attention is kept because they are motivated. Well, there is a very interesting activity, You Don't Say. Here in You Don't Say, the teacher prepare a list of non-verbal behaviors, and the students should act them out, and then the audience should explain what they mean and the possible situation in which they can occur. For example, if I'm having my hands, my head on my hands like this or like this, probably I'm thinking and I'm worried. So what is the possible situation? Oh, I have to work so hard and it is already 10 o'clock at night. I want to go to bed. All right? So if I have another behavior in which I indicate that I'm happy, then, well, what possible situation this nonverbal behavior could be used? In this way, then they become familiar with context and body language use. And another very interesting activity is totally physical response. It appeals to all ages too, especially children are very fond of it. An example of this is Simon Says, in which the students react physically to a verbal stimulus. What are the benefits of this type of activity? Well, it does not require any special preparation. There is better retention, and the students are immediately engaged. And they are intrinsically motivated, and they get more retention because they associate their physical movement with the linguistic input. So it is a way of remembering new information much better. Well, So this is the end of my presentation. Now I would like to listen to my audience, if possible, or to write questions related to what I have said about drama. Eva? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me? Yeah, you can stop sharing your screen now.
Well, I want to say thank you before finishing.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for this webinar. By the way, we have a very special guest, and she's waiting for us as well. So, yeah, thank you very much for this wonderful webinar. I really liked everything you said, and there were so many important things for us to remember. And I even noted down some things that I really liked. I always say to our trainees that the brain connects new information to the old one.
Yes.
And that is very important. This is the reason why we always have that prior knowledge activation. By the way, I'd like to add one person, you know her for sure, and she wanted to tell you thanks for this webinar as well. Yeah, here we go.
Hi.
Hello,
Hi, how nice to see you, Olga.
Hello, Poland.
Thank you so much
Hello,
for this
Poland.
wonderful webinar. Patricia, you delivered so much of absolutely priceless information, and there were so many comments saying thank you.
Okay,
It's so
well,
good.
I need to thank you because I'm here today, because when you interviewed me, we have the opportunity to share some information about drama, and you were very pleased with all I said.
Yeah, and we had one question. Can we use drama effectively for learning? In these days, is it possible to use drama effectively through Zoom? Did you have any experience in teaching drama online?
Yes, of course, because with this sudden lockdown, everybody started using online learning and online teaching. So there was no other possibility. So I had to rearrange my classes. And of course, it is not like in a physical classroom, but we managed, and the student, the type of classes I delivered this year is with trainee students. So they have a good command of the language. So we couldn't move around, of course. So most of the activity were connected with speaking and listening. But with children, it's possible too, because they can stand up. I didn't deliver classes to children, but of course, if I had had the opportunity, I think that the type of, I don't know if you could see my activities that I performed. Could you see me, or it was just?
Yeah, we can see you. We can see you perfectly.
No, I mean during my presentation, because I presented some activities. All right. Well, there, the students, if they are, because children cannot remain seated the whole time, so they need movement. But with adults, it's different, because I normally keep them speaking and keep them listening on an online class. But of course, that is possible. And when we go back to school and we have the possibility of a physical class, the enjoyment will be much greater. Because I always say that drama is magic. You have lots of possibilities. That's why I invite all this, and I'm sure that you will become inseparable friends. I love drama because the results I get are fabulous. And I want to show you how nice it is to work with drama. And I hope that I will be effective. I'm inviting you to use it.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And I want you to know that we had teachers from different parts of the world. As you can see on the screen now, we had teachers from Morocco, from Greece, Romania, Turkey, South Africa, again Morocco, then Warsaw, Poland is here as well, Philippines, Batumi, Georgia, Tamar, Azerbaijan, Ukraine, Armenia, Colombia, India, and Bulgaria, Algeria, Sudan, Uzbekistan, again Turkey, Uzbekistan, Greece again, Azerbaijan, Romania, and I'm so sorry if I haven't mentioned you, Peru, yeah, Yes, Sudan again. So many countries were listening to you. Thank you very much for sharing your precious experience. Yeah, this is really amazing. Thank you,
I'm
Patricia.
really amazed. Thank you very much. So many people. I thought I was
Yeah.
alone, girls.
Yeah, so you can see the comments like drama is indeed magic. Thank you very much. Yeah,
Thank you
definitely.
for this
People are right.
invitation. I
Miss
really enjoyed
Olga
being.
Volkov. Yeah, thanks a lot. It was really interesting. Super. So, guys, we have to say goodbye. And we do hope to see you during our workshops, courses, and of course, you're invited to join our New Year Zoom party. Let's see each other face to face. So, bye bye. See you all. Yeah, thank you for
Bye.
wonderful comments. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.